What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Big Fry, and shout out to the Fry Nation, guys. I'm gonna weigh in on this entire T Martin CSGO Lotto scandal that's going on YouTube right now. It's weird because I've been thinking back and forth trying to figure out how I want to approach this video, because I don't really like talking about YouTube drama and stuff like that. Like, you have this whole thing going on with like Keemstar and Grade A and Leafy and all that other shit, and they're just blasting each other back and forth. And I think for the most part, people are just kind of getting sick of it. Like, they're really just over the whole Keemstar fucking thing, So I think at the time of this CSGO thing, I think we were kind of on the decline in terms of that whole large YouTube drama. And then this pops up. And I feel like this is a different situation. Now, I'm not going to sit here and talk shit about T Martin and Pro Syndicate for the next 15 minutes or whatever. But I do want to talk about my thoughts on the situation. And to be honest, like, it is a really shady, shitty, scumbag thing that these guys did. They lied. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I guess I should say, I'm going to leave a video link to H3H3 Productions video. It basically exposed the whole thing. The guy who actually figured all of this out, his name is Honor the Call. I'm going to put a link to his channel in the description below, and he's doing updates on this left, right, and center. He's keeping you guys informed. But basically what happens is these two huge fucking YouTubers, they do what they call CSGO gambling, where you go onto this site, you put your skins up, the skins for your weapons, and it's essentially like a lottery. It's gambling. It's luck of the draw, right? And these guys promoted a site called CSGO Lotto, and it turns out that they're doing all these gambling videos when they actually own the site and didn't disclose it to anybody. And it honestly, when I heard Ethan from H3 say that they owned the site, my jaw dropped. I was like, holy fuck. And I don't watch these guys on YouTube, but I've heard so much about T Martin and Pro Syndicate. Their names get brought up all the time when people are talking about YouTubers, right? So it was weird, like, holy shit, these guys are fucking scumbags. Like, their channels are gonna go, they're fucked. That's where I realized that there's something even more sick and disturbing about this whole situation, and that's the people that defend them. And I think that's what pisses me off most about the whole situation. You go to the channel where they're talking about it, and in the comments there's people just completely just defending these guys for what is essentially and what is literally committing a fucking crime, lying to their communities. And these guys are gamers, so this like directly affects everybody. And what I find most disturbing is there are people in the comments that are just like, hey man, if I was in your position, I'd do the same thing. I understand that you got to make money. And it's like, you would actively choose to lie, deceive, and promote gambling to a younger generation for money. That's what you would do? Because that's what these guys did. And when T Martin got caught, he goes and does a vlog, which is now privated, of course, where he denies it. And he says that he wasn't an owner at the time, even though there's paperwork that proves that he was the original name that filed. He was the original incorporator of the company. He was there since day one. And there are comments where they were just like, hey man, I don't really care about the situation. I'm just glad that you were producing entertaining content with the gambling. And that's when I realized that people like me have very little chance to influence real change in the community. Because like I said, these guys are gamers in a gaming community. And they can actively and admittedly deceive and lie and do all this shady shit. And the majority of their fan base just doesn't care. And that's crazy to me. And I feel like that is what is driving the gaming market nowadays, is kids who literally don't care. And it makes sense, right? These kids don't care if they're lied to, as long as the entertainment they're getting is fun. And that's why we are able to have the practices in this industry that we do. DLCs and microtransactions and season passes. It's because we are literally in a generation, in a community that is just a bunch of people who don't care. We're just pushovers. If you're willing to support somebody who has committed a crime by not disclosing the fact that he owned a gambling company that he is playing on, that he has access to rigging the numbers in the back end so that he has a higher percentage chance of winning. If you're okay with that as a viewer of that content, I have to question your moral compass, because I feel like the community that I'm building would hold me to the torch, and rightfully so. If I got caught doing this, I would hope that I get ripped apart in the comments. I would hope that you guys unsub, and I would hope that my channel would be destroyed. Just for the sake of morality, that I would expect that you guys would be so pissed off with me that you wouldn't want to support me anymore. That's what I would expect. But then you have guys like Psy Syndicate, who made a video here yesterday basically exposing himself. And in this video, he says that he is basically, because of the last couple of days with the whole T. Martin scandal, he just wanted to come clean and let his viewers know that he lied in 2 videos. He was sponsored and didn't disclose it. He lied. He actively lied for money. He forged 2 skin CSGO lottos, and he deceived everybody. And in this video, which I thought was going to be more of an apology, it was more like, I'm trying to get ahead of the curve so that I don't get exposed from somebody else, and this is what happened. And it wasn't from a sense of guilt I felt. Because in the video, multiple times, he's smiling. He even says, there's no reason for me to do this. There's no benefit for me to do this.
But yeah, I don't have to do this. There's no reason for me to do this. There's no benefit to me doing this. Anything, you have to trust me on this one. You have to trust me on this one. You have to trust me on this one. You have to trust me on this one.
Yeah, there is. Okay? If there was no benefit for you to make that fucking video, I can guarantee that you wouldn't. But I'm going to venture to say that you probably got scared, right? Because now T. Martin and Pro Syndicate, not to be confused with Psy Syndicate, who I'm talking about now, you were worried that the FTC and YouTube are going to get involved and crush their fucking lives. So you wanted to get ahead of the jump, ahead of the curve, right? Because it's funny that this video comes out after those 2 get caught and exposed. And now you're saying that you're just doing this out of the kindness of your heart because you want to let people know? Why should anybody ever trust you again? And that's the crazy thing, is nobody should trust you again. But I can see in the comments that there are a lot of people who just blindly follow everything that these big YouTubers do. It doesn't matter. They could be committing crimes. They can be telling you to go attack other channels. Their communities will not give a fuck, and they will do anything that these guys say. It's fucking mind-blowing to me that there are so many sheep in this world who will literally take a YouTuber's word at face value and not try to gain that trust. I imagine that most of you guys are pretty new to the channel, and you can go back and look at a bunch of my videos and see that I don't talk that shit. I am brutally honest. And if you guys don't believe me, that's your prerogative. I can't do anything to make you believe me. All I can do is make videos and hope that you stick around enough to hear my opinion and debate whether or not my opinion holds weight with you. And that's all I can do. But these guys have literally lied to millions of people and have admitted it. And their communities are just blindly following. These guys are scumbags. All of them. And I don't want to make a drama video like that, but the situation is so shady, dude. And the communities behind these big YouTubers who act like dicks, who act like scumbags, who act like shady motherfuckers will blindly follow anything that these guys do. And that's what's sick to me. So I don't know how the dislikes and the likes ratio is going to be on this video. To be honest with you, I don't give a fuck. Things like this need to be said. I'm not a witch hunt channel. I'm not sitting here looking for views based on these guys' names. You guys can look at the tags. I'm not putting any of these guys' names in there. I don't care. I'm just here to talk about a situation that people have asked me to speak about. And T. Martin, Pro Syndicate, Psy Syndicate, all three of you deserve to have your channels deleted, and if you guys think that that's too harsh of a punishment for you, you deserve to hear about this situation for the rest of your time on this site. You made your bed, and you guys are good at lying, so you can lie in it. Fuck you all. And to the people who blindly support these people, even after they've literally committed a crime, you have got to reevaluate your fucking lives. My name is Big Fry. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think of the situation, and I'll see you on the next one.